In today's video, we're going to be learning how to remove the twin carbon ATS clutch from the RB26 and go over all the different components inside the clutch, as well as how to properly mount an RB26 to an engine stand. If you guys are curious about those two things, this video is for you. Let's get into it. In today's video, I want to get this clutch off, engine on the stand. I bought the bolts from Lowe's. I got a couple different sizes. They're M10 by 1.5, and I bought a 75 millimeter length, and I thought I got some other ones too. Oh, and some 70 millimeter length, so whatever length works. Yeah, we'll get that on the stand, and then I think I'll probably just disassemble the turbo side of the engine today. I think that'll be fun. That'll be the end of today's video. Ooh yeah, I'm so excited for this. Let's go ahead and unbox it, and then we're going to test it on removing the clutch. Here we go. Impact wrench here, battery attached, comes with the charger. It'll work for the M12 and M18 batteries. Works with all these different tools, backup battery. So we're going to be removing the clutch off of the back of the engine so we can get it up on a stand. And I was having an issue removing these 5mm hex Allen bolts. The issue I was having is I have these like cheap Craftsman hex sockets, and the metal on the tip is just it's just too soft. I had to borrow my buddy's snap-on 5mm socket, and using my 3/8 inch socket wrench, I was trying to remove these, and I stripped this one. I thought maybe this wasn't putting enough pop on it, so then I tried using my Milwaukee fuel impact wrench. I was trying something like this to get them off, and I stripped these three basically. So I've always asked myself if like snap-on tools are better, and this bit here, this 5mm setup, I was able to get all these off no problem. Difference in the tips, you can see how the Craftsman one on the right, how it rounded out, and the snap-on, just the metal that's in it is just so much harder. And yeah, well worth the money. Need to get myself one of these, at least this one to start. Thumbs up, thumbs down for Craftsman. So the Milwaukee works just fine with the snap-on 5mm hex socket, and then easy can get it off with just a 3/8 inch wrench. I will have a link in the description down below for the Milwaukee impact wrench, as well as some of the tools I'd recommend to get this job done. But I'm definitely going to get myself some snap-on. This thing made this so much easier. I would have probably stripped all these out, and now I'm stuck here. I got to drill the heads off for these three here. So you can see I've already started. Let's put you guys up on a time lapse. I'll drill these three heads out, and I'm going to take the loosen these all out in order, or kind of around, kind of in a hex pattern, because the clutch has the you know, the pressure behind it, so you got to take them out evenly so it can kind of unspring itself. For you guys, I'm going to go over, I did a poll on the channel if you guys sorry, I'm getting over COVID again for the second time. Working in a jail with all the people around me that are sick and come off the streets, I got COVID again. But I'm going to go ahead and do a video on the VCAM, so I want to go over how the VCAM system works, how the oil line feeds up, and how the solenoid and everything works with that VTC gear. So we're going to go over that in the next video, and then I'm going to, probably the video after that, take apart the intake manifold side, go over everything in detail I can, and then from there I'll take the head off the engine, and then that'll probably be a video, and then we'll disassemble the lower end of the block after that. That'll probably be another video, and that'll be the direction of the channel. So let's get today's video started. If you guys like this kind of content, smash the thumbs up button down below. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling around out in my garage. I don't have a lot of space. I got crap everywhere. I got a friend coming over to pick up the 1-ton engine crane, stateside garage, Andrew. Episode 3 of the RB26 engine build series. If you guys haven't seen the previous 2 videos, I did a video where I removed the timing belt and the whole front of the engine as well as the camshafts. And then last week's video I removed the engine from the engine bay. So if you guys want to catch up, I will have a link in the description down below as well as a tag on the upper right of the screen.
I don't have friends. I got family.
But heck yeah, thank you to Tyler, my friend who came over and helped me pull the engine. This is his hex socket. So thank you to him for letting me borrow this. Makes this job so much easier. Here's number 2. My cobalt drill bit is already getting dull. I'm having trouble drilling this last one out. I'm almost there though. This 250 foot-pounds of braking power. The rear main seal and the rear part of the crankshaft. The seal was replaced when they did the clutch at EP Garage about 1.5 years ago. But clutch is off, sitting here. I've got these 3 hex bolts that I drilled out. So these guys are good to come out. I'm gonna see if I can contact ATS and get the exact same hardware, get a replacement, or I can go to a local store and see if I can buy some hardened steel. But yeah, easy project. Should have been something easy. Stupid craftsman, made in China, cheap hand tools made this a little bit more complicated than it needed to be. Luckily, I've got a good friend who has Snap-on, which I will be buying some Snap-on as soon as I can put some money aside for it. Just for like little specialty tools. I haven't had any issues disassembling anything else on this engine, but with those smaller tolerances and those high torque settings on those pieces, you just need Snap-on to get the job done, I guess. First clutch I've ever touched. I've never touched any parts of a clutch. I thought the removal was pretty easy. It's pretty simple how it all goes together. I'll take it all apart and show you all the layers and how they lay out. The different parts of the ABS clutch while I've got it apart. If anybody's curious to see what it looks like, Active Traction Service, this is out of Japan. Depending on where you buy it, if you order from Japan, it's around $2,300. I think EP Garage sells it for $28. I paid $27. But yeah, let's put all the pieces in. This goes together. Lower clutch plate, ring over it, and you got your gear with, you've got like your little metal like spring clip on the inside that keeps it from sliding down past the bottom gear. And then you got your top carbon. So this is a twin disc carbon clutch. This goes here. And then your top plate. I did the cover plate, so when you guys disassemble this, these 10mm nuts do not need to be touched, just the outside fasteners. And then our ABS front cover. And that is it there. Looking good. And let's go ahead and get the engine on a stand. I need to clean up my hardware down here. And let's get our bolts and everything laid out, get this crap organized. I don't know if you guys struggle like I do, but I feel like I'm constantly tripping over my tools and all my parts, and I need to take more time to clean as I work. Okay, so with the back cover plate off of the block, we can attach our engine stand bracket, and we're going to be using these top two bolt holes here, as well as this lower mounting point here. And then of course the bottom, this is the oil pan, so we're not going to mount it to that. It's going to be removing. And the hardware that I bought are M10 by 1.5 times 70 millimeters. I also bought some bracket or some washers, and I'm gonna probably use about 2 washers. So let's go ahead and mount this up. I'll show you what it looks like step by step. I'm just gonna do one arm at a time for you guys with a couple of washers. And I'm gonna go in good detail on this because I couldn't really find much information on putting an RB26 on an engine stand. When I search for that, there's nothing that pops up on YouTube. Dustin from Godzilla, he's got a pretty decent video of him removing his clutch and like putting his engine on the stand when he was working on a project, but he still didn't talk about the detail of it. So that's what I want to show you guys in this. So for anybody who's like myself, who's never mounted an RB26 to an engine stand, this will give you the information you'll need to easily get it done. On that bottom, see that little nipple guide or whatever for the plates and stuff to mount onto for that back plate. The engine stand goes right over that, this little opening, so you don't have to worry about that. And then my bottom bolts are 75 millimeter because they didn't have any of the 60 or the 71s in stock. So I got 5 washers on these. All right, let's keep on chugging along here. See our back piece. We want it kind of towards the center of the block. That way when you're rotating it, it's gonna be level. Let's get all of our bolts put through here. Okay, so we're gonna put our main bracket on here. I'm gonna put the slanted part up so that gives you the adjustment. I think that'll give me the best way to center it. Okay, let's get some nuts and washers on here. Okay guys, so you can see top bracket, bolt, everything. Bottom ones, this has 5 washers on it. It's a 75 millimeter length versus 70s. They didn't have any more 70s in stock. I thought about 4 of each, but I didn't. And then this one I had to use 6 washers on to get it in there. And then by having the angled area like that, you can see the bracket can raise up. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit so it's more centered with the block. If I leave it down, it's kind of more towards the bottom, which should just make it a little easier to spin it when it's on the stand. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up in that position. I don't know if this is too detailed for everybody, but I figured this is information that I wanted to see and I couldn't find it, so I figured why not make it for you guys. Here's a good look at that. Looks nice and centered on the stand. Tighten these down real quick. Alright, let's get the engine up to the right height and then we can put it up on the stand, guys. ready to lower it down, let me hit play on my cell phone because I'm making an Instagram video at the same time for the final mounting. So use the one for my other stand. Okay, here we go. She's on there. Boom. She's heavy. Heck yeah, guys, I'm excited. Super excited, guys, to finally do something like this in my own garage by myself. I don't know how much money I'm saving, but I'm enjoying the steps in the process, and to me that's worth the work of doing it myself. Understanding every little bit of how the car works. To me, doing all the steps yourself and learn all the steps your process, that's what owning a GTR is about. I'm a car enthusiast. I think part of being a car enthusiast isn't just driving the car. It's working on the car, building the car, and doing it yourself. And yeah, let's take a look at it on the stand. Awesome working on this thing. So happy to finally have the RB26 on the stand. Yeah, I hope all this helps you guys. Just all the mounting points into the block, the way it mounts up to the bracket, all super simple. You can do it yourself in your garage. Nice handle installed here. Easily move this girl around. But yeah, that's going to be my work table, and it's my area for disassembly. Plenty of space. Definitely need to get this Harbor Freight lift out of the way though. Let's do that. Make some space out here. I'm always stuck out here with not a lot of room. Anybody have a wife who likes to throw crap out in their garage when you're working on a project? I know mine does. Between the front of my workbench over here, where I have a lot of stuff that I need, my wife decided to put all of her Goodwill donations, so I've got a bunch of clothing and just crap piled out in the middle of my garage. You guys ever get frustrated having stuff thrown out in your work area just to make you more flustered than you need to be? Leave me some comments down below. I'm sure all you married guys deal with that too. My wife's worth it. I love her. She's a pain in the butt, but I love her. And I'm sure you guys all love your wives too. And you know what I'm talking about for all you married guys and guys with ladies and girlfriends or whatever. In the diff oil here, I should have done that before I pulled the motor. As soon as I popped that axle out, I should have done this, or I should have done it before, because I was dripping it everywhere. And this is the liquid moly or whatever. That stuff stinks. Super goopy. But nice to see, what, 3-4 years later, that stuff is still super clean. Plug's doing pretty good too. There's not too many metal particulates on it. Not like when I pulled it out. I mean, it's still got some in there. But I think while I'm here, once I tear everything down, I'm going to probably replace the front diff anyway and do like a Nismo LSD, because I plan on building the car to make somewhere more than between 500 to 600 wheel horsepower. So open diff in the front is probably not going to be good enough. I did a little bit of organizing on the garage, picked up all my tools, kind of cleaned this area up, and I think I'm going to go ahead and end today's video here. I'll strip apart this part of the engine a different time. I got my daughters getting off the bus in about an hour and a half. I got to run some errands. I got to go dump some oil. Like that oil, I need to get that dumped. I got some other fluids and stuff I need to go get recycled. I need to drop all this crap that was over here off at the Goodwill for my wife, so it's out of my garage. Start breaking the motor down anymore. I need to go ahead and organize my shelving and kind of make some space so I can, break my parts down and have a place to put them. So we're gonna go ahead and cut things here. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's video. Hopefully this stuff helped you. If it did, give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, it's just going to be a short video, but I want to keep creating content for the channel so the YouTube algorithm can, keep favoring the channel. We can grow and make more revenue to fund the build. That's kind of the goal behind this thing. So this will be my launch here while I sit out here and tear the engine down. We've got, decent lighting so we can see everything, and yeah, pretty excited. I have a cool site. GTR's there, engine's on the stand. Got the hoist broke down, sitting on the side. This hoist is being picked up later today. So the more stuff I can get out of the garage, the more room I'm gonna have to work, which makes projects like this easier. About 45 minutes out here scrubbing the floor again with soap and degreaser, getting everything cleaned up on this side, everything off to the Goodwill. To wrap up today's video, hope you guys liked it. If you did, thumbs up down below. Leave me some comments, let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.